So 5.07 just dropped and we have new fracture changes. So as a controller main, I wanted to go through all of the new areas on the map and what smokes look like on the new areas. And then based on those facts, how the map might play out differently now, make some quick meta predictions about what we might see on this patch on fracture and get your thoughts on it as well. So let's jump straight into the video. So as you can see, we've got the A drop changes here. Now, all of the agents are definitely able to smoke this. Viper and Astra having no problems at all. And then Omen and Brimstone, you can see with their smaller smokes that they still have no issue smoking A drop. So that's not going to be any issue for any of the controllers. Next, we have the new dish changes. And as you can see, it's a little bit wider of a gap here. So to get a more beneficial defensive smoke that's deeper into dish, you are going to need one of the wider smokes from Astra or Viper, which means that you have more space in dish to work with rather than with the Brimstone or Omen smokes having to smoke them closer towards you, giving them the opportunity to do something like a pop flash out. Look how much less space you've got here to work with. So that's that. And then we have new changes to rafters here. Obviously, Viper is the only only controller that can deal with this whole area. And you might see, because of the way that this smoke plays out, you might see more aggressive pushes from attackers in towards defenders spawn here and playing with this area that you now get to smoke off. And then there's also plays that you can do with the Astra wall. There might be some combinations that you can do with pushing in off of a stun. This is a very aggressive wall here, which I'm not too much of a fan of to start with, but then you can do this push straight where you 5-man through A main or pinch through dish, and just this will smoke off rafters as well. Or you can do a play where you want to come through sands as well and just smoke off rafters.
Launching smoke. And
then we have the new B side area. So this area here is a little bit closer together, which means Brim and Omen can now smoke this more effectively now. And then it also allows for a couple of easier one-way opportunities. Even Omen's able to get a nice one-way through to the stairs here as you're pushing in as attackers. And that means obviously you're going to get that potential with Astra as well, who can very easily smoke this and very easily create a one-way, quite a large one-way as well. But as you can see, it doesn't cover all the way across, so you do have to fight to cross into tower. So depending on how you want to push the B site, that's going to be dependent on whether that's effective or not. And then obviously we have the standard Viper wall here. Excuse the high ping. I was uploading while I uploaded this, while I recorded this. This just leaves this little pocket which you can spam. And then just with the changes to arcade and bench, just wanted to show that this Viper wall or any of these Viper walls as defenders are still going to be effective at cutting off those angles and creating 3 separate areas. So what does all this mean? Well, I think it actually might mean that we see less Brimstone on fracture, just with the way that A site plays out, especially now. Let's flip it this way. So we have a standard push on the current patch. This is the old map of fracture where Brimstone would smoke like this, and then you as attackers would just like roll in through here and do a split through A main. It was also a similar thing on the B site where Brimstone would just smoke like this as well, and you could do these pushes. Now, with these changes, it does mean that the need for like triple smokes, especially on these A site split pushes, changes. Also because the dish area is a lot more playable for both teams, is that we might see more smokes needed for like defending this. Imagine this is the new area, this cross here, where Astra and Viper are going to be much more equipped to deal with that. You might even be able to get good one-ways with Omen in this area as well. And because of the rafters play, the potential that Astra and Viper bring around rafters means that we might see a resurgence of Astra and Viper and even Omen. So we might see the FBX comp with Viper and Omen more on fracture. I think this potentially could be the death of Brimstone. It's going to be dependent on how much these A changes change the way teams attack and defend a site. If that doesn't change too much, I think Brimstone's value might not change. But if the way the A side of the map is played completely shifts around with these massive overhaul changes, then I think that Brimstone might fall out of the meta and we'll see more Astra, Omen, and Viper. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see more of this type of content, please subscribe and like the video. Get it boosted in that algorithm. Take care. Have a good one.